6 things to know before you go.
All right, folks, as always, here's a list of the 6 things you need to know before you head out the door.
A Corpus Christi police officer and an alleged suspect are in the hospital after a shooting at a Bay Area apartment complex. The shooting happened around 11 last night outside the villas of Ocean Drive Apartments near Ocean Drive and Airline Road. When officers made contact with the alleged suspect, he began shooting from his front door. And officials say the alleged suspect then moved to the hallway and continued shooting, hitting one of the officers in the leg. The other officer on scene fired back, hitting the alleged suspect. Both the officer and the alleged suspect suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Once the suspect is released from the hospital, he will remain in police custody.
Nueces County is once again looking for a chief medical examiner. Chief medical examiner Dr. Rajesh Khan has resigned after just 14 months on the job. This video is of him during an interview that we did with him last year. Khan's resignation comes after his predecessor, Dr. Timothy Fagan, also served only 1 year before stepping down. The office has faced criminal investigations, a $300,000 settlement with 32 families, and questions about costly out-of-county autopsy services. County commissioners will consider accepting Khan's resignation this week.
A shooting on the south side left a 40-year-old man dead. It happened yesterday morning on Kane Drive, and that's near Everhart and Hawley. When officers arrived at the scene, they found the man. He was taken to a local hospital where he later died. And the suspect, identified as 40-year-old Kimberly Rodriguez, was arrested and is being charged with murder. The name of the victim has not been released.
Well, the Trump administration is extending a hiring freeze on federal civilian employees through October after a prior order was set to expire on July 15th. The freeze applies to some in the executive branch as well. Under the presidential memorandum President Trump signed on Monday, no vacant federal civilian positions can be filled and no new positions may be created. There are some exceptions, of course, for military personnel and jobs related to immigration enforcement, national security, or public safety. The executive office of the president, well, is also exempt.
The Department of Veterans Affairs is changing course and will not implement mass layoffs. Yesterday, the VA announced it will not cut 80,000 workers as was first planned, but the agency says it will still reduce its force by about 30,000 people by the end of the fiscal year, which concludes at the end of September. A spokesperson says the cuts will come through normal attrition, early retirements, or employees opting for the deferred resignation program. The agency says the cutbacks will not impact veteran care or benefits.
President Donald Trump has sent letters to the heads of Japan and South Korea to inform them of their new tariff rates. In Truth Social postings displaying the letters, the president said both countries will face a 25% tariff on August 1st. That potentially gives them more time to negotiate deals. In the letter, he encouraged both countries to manufacture goods in the U.S. to avoid tariffs.